so I'm thinking it's a correlation situation here. There is a paddock here. There are a few zombies. There's more than a few zombies by the look of it. So what's so special about this place? Because it's got like a little thing back here. I can't use this as a weaponed car. But I could go bump my horn back down the, I could bump my horn on the road and I could get their attention down here. That would probably be fine. Like, there does look like there's at least 2 sets of houses here, so it could be a problem for this house, but I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to try to take the car. Not going to go through here super well, but I'm just going to take it the longer way around here. It does look like there's a whole pathway going there. I could go off on an adventure quest after that, but I'll just leave that be for the moment, because I want to see... I'm going to like stealth this vehicle back over here if I can. I just want to see those guys get away from there for long enough for me to maybe get into the shed. So, yeah. I was kind of concerned at first when I got this girl that she might be glitched out and she wasn't quite drinking water. Like, she wasn't auto drinking and stuff. But she seems to have fixed herself up after I like have quit out and come back into the game and stuff like a week later. Cars get damaged when off-roading. They do, but I can always fix them up later. Hold on. Oh, they're fucking coming up here. I snuck up too soon. Alright, well, let's go back down and barp again. Because you guys are all kind of coming over. There's like the whole group of yous. I don't want yous all the way down at this car. Plus, I also know that like running over corpses and stuff will absolutely like fuck up my tires. But yeah, how you doing, Invader? I'm going to leave them over there. And just for a few minutes, I'm just going to go see where this goes. You going to look? Alright. I've also got to be careful of the stupid rocks along here too. So, I know this is not the best pathway, but if there is like a pathway and I want to know where it's going, it could go absolutely nowhere, but who knows. Same run as last time? Yeah, it's all still the same. I'm just on the 3rd life now. So my girl is no longer weak. I can't remember quite what I had, but I had a lot of stuff. And I had...
cheese.
I have cheese now, apparently. Thanks, Killon. This looks like this is probably going somewhere. Fuck knows. But, yeah, I had weak and a whole bunch of other traits and stuff, and I filled up my inventory and I felt threatened by... there was a zombie in the place that I was staying at, and I kind of felt like maybe there was more, because I only saw one come in, but one, like, came in and all the way upstairs and stuff so quickly. And I'm like, I don't think she was making any noise. I don't know what that noise was. She was making, like, no noise, but it still attracted a zombie to, like, come into a building and come upstairs and try to attack her. And so, like, I was like, if one came in, there's probably more. So I decided to just jump out onto the veranda and jump down, but I miscalculated the fact that she was weak and had a full inventory. And therefore she just like fell and just crumpled as soon as she landed. There is nothing in there. There's a fucking seat. Is there a basement? No. Okay, this place is fully bust. So I'm out here looking for a stove. The whole point why my last girl got dead was we were looking for a stove. And we ended up looting a bunch of stuff. Well, they're all still moving down there. That place probably doesn't have it. That place is probably the one with it, and I've drawn all the zombies to it, but it's fine for the moment. I'll leave it. But yeah, I'm trying to find places that have got either a basement or they kind of look like they've got like the right kind of facilities for it. Obviously, whenever I get like near these like little houses, I'm not expecting to find it. Oh, hello. This could be fun and useful. I don't have hot wiring skill though anymore. And she's running out of fuel. Hold on. Let's have a quick look. I'm not a big fan of having my back exposed here, but Let's see. Falling damage is based on the amount you carry. It's got 100% fuel though, which is interesting. I actually do need fuel, but I don't think I brought my gas can with me. No, I did not. That's fine. I can take this back up home for the moment and we can go fill up. And then I can continue the search. I didn't want to drive the car around too much because I didn't want to waste the fuel, but I'm also not finding much in this area. That guy's got a survival pack on him. But yeah, the new girl that I've basically like randomized up. What is this stuff? A briefcase. Okay. Briefcase and like some medical shit and stuff. She has Brawler and I think she's got Fit and I don't know, Builder or Carpenter or something. I don't know what she got. Hold on. What was that? What did she get? She got a DIY Expert. Do you have Carpentry then? No, you just have Strength. Yeah, God forbid we get one with Carpentry. 42 falling damages based on the amount you carry. Jumping out of windows became a lot more deadly. See, I've only played 42 and I've jumped out of like, I've accidentally like, see like this building over here? You see how there's like a window above the front door? Some of them have like verandas and stuff above this and I've accidentally come out of the top window, like I've accidentally vaulted out the window and I've landed on like a veranda like this kind of thing. And then I've fallen straight through it as if it wasn't there. So I've been led to believe, based on my experiences previously, that it's quite possible to jump out of like the second story window as long as you walk along the veranda. And I also did it in some paddock as well. I came out on the roof and then I jumped down and stuff because the downstairs, the building I was on got fully infested with zombies. And yeah, apparently when you're weak, it matters a lot more. So yeah, she kind of did crumple. There's nothing I could do. As soon as she hit the ground, she just died, which was a shame because she had like a lot of skills, but also I'd managed to achieve a lot. She'd also killed hundreds of zombies and all sorts of stuff. But this one, as soon as I got her, she wasn't like automatically drinking. She's hungry, like extremely hungry all the time. And I'm just trying to balance her down to not be quite so insatiably hungry so that maybe I can do shit. I also stole a little bonsai tree, which I don't know quite where I want to put it, but I guess we could put it in here where we could see it. Can I place, hold on, not that menu. Fuck off you. Let me place my little tree. I don't know if it's got the right thing. Hold on. Can you put that in my inventory so then we can see it? I'll just drop their backpacks to have a chance. Yeah, see, I also didn't know if there were zombies on the ground underneath me as well. I guess it can fit there. There we go. I also stole a bonsai tree, so that happened. I don't know, I felt like it was going to, you know, the owners weren't there, so I figured I'd probably be able to keep it in spec. That one's full. But yeah, anyway, I had like a whole tailoring thing I was going for. I was trying to get some skills so that I was going to be able to take the threads out. And then we're going to have threads to be able to like repair things or sew up stuff, and yeah, there was going to be a whole heap of stuff. There's supposed to be fossil fuels. I grabbed this because it stood out to me, but I didn't actually read what it said when I picked it up. But I'm guessing up in Danger Noodle Town there's fuel. That's cool to know, I guess. I'll leave that alone. I'll go put the flower away and crap. Also, my last girl being like having a problem with like blood and stuff was actually kind of interesting because she was constantly like alarmed and freaking out, but I was never bitten or scratched, and it was really interesting to me, especially since like sometimes it would prevent us from doing stuff, but it bothered her more at night for some reason. So like I had to keep washing her and stuff, and I found it like really like fun. So yeah, losing that as well was kind of like a bit of a sort of thing. Chuck the remote in there if you can fit it. Plus, I have a massive collection of VHSs over here somewhere, and we watched all of them with one of my girls. And I could turn on the power. We could get power for a short while, and play it, but I don't really want to. I turned on the power for a brief moment to boil up some water and food because we needed something. And the whole reason why I'm looking for a stove is I'm gonna need one for winter, you know. So yeah, that's that, and also for just casually boiling like food and water and stuff. Because once winter happens, if I don't have a stove, that's mostly what kept her alive in my last game. So I do want to find that again. Also apparently have to put all my tools back. And probably grab her some new food. Although we're home, so I might get her to sleep. And then we can drive out in the early morning and stuff. Now some houses have that hollow hole. Won't stay on the rooftop and instead fall through the back into the house. Well, the thing was, like, the houses that I've fallen down into, like, I don't think this house has it. Next door doesn't have it. They don't really... That one has one. Okay, if you could imagine there being, like, a window on top of the door here, like that kind of veranda, and then, like, you jump out onto the veranda and stuff. I've had it before where there's been a zombie downstairs, and I've jumped out the window, and she's walked straight off the veranda and then plopped straight down in front of the door, and the zombie's right there. So, like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, going out on the verandas and shit. But, yeah. Also, no tips, no hinting and shit. I have the... it's, like, tags and shit. Yeah, I don't want to know where things specifically are. I'll find them and shit. I could go put the can outside, I guess. I could probably swap over the water. And then we could probably get her to some sleep. There's a shit ton of zombies across the road again. I don't know why. I'm thinking because I had that megaphone and I did walk around. Like, they're not close enough to be a concern. Right? I don't have zombies in my close home radius, which is great for the moment. But there are a shit ton down this way somewhere, you know? Yeah, no, like, unless I'm directly asking a question, I don't want actual answers and stuff. Like, if I ask a question, like, for example, like, does anybody know where to find a wood stove or something like that, by all means answer and stuff. But if I'm just saying, like, I'm looking for something, I genuinely want to just go find it myself, because there's a point in time where I will know the map off by heart. I have a good memory. So, like, once I know it, I will know it. Like, I've already done this since having, like, we had all of, West Point, we had most of Mulder, we had some of Rosewood. I found this place, or I passed it. There was another place up here that I went to. So this time, as soon as I loaded in, basically the very first thing I did was I went straight into town, beeline for, like, the hardware place, the tire place to get gas cans, went to, like, you know, the fuel place. There's another fuel place here. I beelined for them, got fuel. As soon as I know where shit is, I will just go for it, which is why I went to have a look at these places and I went to have a look at these houses, because they have had stoves before. And I haven't found it in really any other places. But if a house has, like, what I've found is if there's, like, a shed, like, if there's a house with a shed, or there's a house that has a basement, I'm finding it in there pretty consistently. But there's only, like, so many houses in town that have that. Like, the houses down here look like they could be big enough if I go have a look at them and stuff, but they also could have a lot of zombies nearby because of where they are. And I don't know if I went into these yet, or if they were... I don't think they were overrun. I think I just beelined for the fuel. Pretty sure. Because I was also looking for a fucking carpentry book. So, I might get us some sleep. And then I think we'll probably, like... I don't know. See, I've got, like... Okay, I've got all of this, what do you call it? I've got all this wood. I do want to cut that up, but I do want to make sure that she survives at this point. I want to make sure that she's got, like, a survival rate to her. And I also want to, like I said, kind of like explore around. Like we went for a drive down the bottom. I got to put, actually before I go to bed, clock over a little bit of time. I'll go put fuel in the car because that way we can drive around tomorrow and it will make her go to bed a tiny bit later, which will help when she sleeps. So I'll grab those two, and I'm not sure where I put the hose. Place logically anyway. Find places you expect it. Not always. They changed, No, I'm not dying from that. They changed the, schools from having, like, all of the, what do you call it? Like, all the books in supply, like, immediately. So, like, I also went and I looted the school, but I also fucked off up here because I passed this once and I knew they had a big purple building, but I didn't know what it was. And because I think I had driven past here or something, and I had like a brochure or something unlock this little section. So I knew something purple up here was here. And I'm like, well, I feel like that one's like maybe the closest to me, kinda, as opposed to Mulder. So I decided to fuck off at that. And that was a good trip. Except, like, I got no books. I got a shit ton of fuel. I raided the school and there was, like, a bookstore. I killed hundreds of zombies. And that was kind of all I did. And I came back when we were, like, overloaded. You know, where the fuck did I leave that hose? I did not think I put it away. But maybe I fucking did. I would have thought I would have put it in with all the car stuff. Or maybe I did and I just didn't fucking see it. One of the two. It's a bad change, makes you explore more. I mean, I kind of feel like if you've got a library, you should have, like, certain books in it. Like, I could see a school, for instance, having, like, your level 1 stuff. As opposed to, like, advanced fucking carpentry or, like, I don't know, advanced metalworking or something like that. I don't know. Like, think of like something obscure that doesn't kind of like feel like it's in a school and stuff, and then think of like the level 3 book, and it's like it would make sense for that not to be in a school, you know, but like earlier stuff for sure. But if I went to, say, a bookstore, I would think that if you visited 2 or 3 bookstores, they would have like more advanced stuff, or if you go to college it might have like more advanced books and stuff. Like that's more what I'm sort of feeling with it. Like I don't mind that they changed it, but like, yeah, somebody could have borrowed it right before the outbreak, but I get the idea. Yeah, let me have some more drink. Hold on. It's the same kind of like principle sort of thing. It's just, you know, I like the world building concept, but it does suck from like the predictability thing. That's why I also went like straight to like storage units and shit as well, because like I know that you can sometimes luck out and get like books, but you can also sometimes luck out and get tools. And because my second girl was hot wiring, I was looking for like all kinds of stuff. So I just went rampant across the map. But yeah, I've already like exhibited that as soon as I know the map, I will explore, like, what do you call it, exploit it and stuff. So it's unfortunate because like 7 Days to Die had like the ability to kind of semi-randomize the map. Like not perfectly or anything, but like you could kind of like randomize it a little bit so that you couldn't guarantee exactly where certain POIs were. Whereas this one, I understand, like a few people have explained it why obviously you can't like randomize Zomboid and stuff, but it does kind of suck a little bit because I'm starting to get to a point where when I'm watching other people playing Zomboid, I can kind of tell where they are on the map. And I'm like, that's a big change for me. Also, thank you for the follow, Scyther. Welcome in. I do miss that in-game randomized maps are nice. Yeah, well, it's just like, as I said, like my main concern is that I will know once I know, like there's a finite amount of time before I know the map, you know? And like there'll be some areas where I probably haven't been, and I know that they've randomized it a bit, but I don't feel like they randomized it enough. Like this time around, I've really had it kind of like handed to me because I've gone to the spots where I expect to find stoves, and I've either gotten killed or there is nothing. Like the locations are completely changed, you know. Because I don't know if I have been playing since the entire time that basements and stuff have existed, but I feel like I very much like have. I don't think there was a time I was playing this where there wasn't like basements and the higher buildings and stuff. So like they changed it. They reworked some of the map at some point to kind of like randomize a bit more, and yeah, a few of the places kind of disappeared. How you doing, Gothic? What are you up to? I don't really have much like food in here. I could cook stuff, but I don't want to. Oh yeah, I was supposed to turn on my generator for just a minute. Hold on. Just a minute while it's still dark. Can you turn that on? Which houses are lighting up? Okay, not the one above me, but definitely the one next to me. Okay. I just had to do that because I need to know which houses are siphoning my power. And I want to make sure that I don't waste it. Also, turn your torch off, love. I guess we could eat some more chips for the moment. It's not going to really fill her up. I could fucking go for chips. Whenever my character is eating chips in Zomboid, oh my god, I want chips. I don't get chips very often. They always look like, the packets of them remind me of back when I was a kid or a teenager and chips were like actually good and didn't taste like they were stale and like burnt. There's a lot of like packet chips these days that just taste like they're burnt and stale on opening, like as a brand new packet, you know. It could just because like I don't eat them often and it's noticeable now, or it's just the quality is just shit. I'm assuming it's mostly just the quality shit, but also because like I don't eat them consistently enough. Okay, so that should be enough of that, and I'll grab that water bottle, swap that over, place that back up here. Okay, so the car's got fuel, I've got a weapon, I haven't grabbed a fresh can to bring with us. We'll bring some beans, and we'll go north for a little bit, maybe. Because I've checked the farm that's above me, but I know that there's some houses. There's some houses that are, where the fuck am I? I'm in the wrong spot, hold on. There's a bunch of houses in here, and there might also be chickens and shit, so I might be able to get some eggs if we're lucky. I don't kind of super want to take the car, but I'll take a look at how its condition's doing, you know. Got up early, less than 8 hours sleep. Oh yeah. That's always fixed, but each new run is different. Houses could be burned or already looted. Yeah, some of the burnt houses are kind of neat. Okay, so I definitely fucked up the tires a little bit. Apparently the heater's fucked. The engine's a little bit done. Gas tank's a little bit done. That's not doing good fuel economy for us. I super don't want to change this car over yet because I like it, but I also don't want it to be wrecked. It's also got the biggest boot of any car I've ever found. So that's why I like went out of my way to get it. Apart from the fact that it just kind of like looks neat. I haven't seen one with this kind of pattern. There is kind of a semi-off-road. Oh, deer. Deer right there. I can sneak up on you. This always reminds me, there's a scene in Family Guy where they have like this like fire truck hunting shit. And it reminds me of it every time. I can't help but like remember and giggle and shit. And the ambulances and shit, all that business. I love it. But yeah, I've already looted this spot here. And there should be some like fancy quality houses above us, but I just don't know quite where above us. But they should be big enough to have basements, I would imagine. I kind of feel like it's over there. But I also feel like that pathway might take us up to something. I'll go off-road a little bit. I just try to stay off the trees as much as possible. That is going into dense woodlands. Yeah, no, I got some good sleep today. It was nice. I got some like dense sleep. The problem is I woke up like super relaxed, which was kind of making me like tired, and I'm like, if I get jump scares in Project Zomboid, I'm just gonna be like too exhausted to deal with it, and I'll probably just leave. Like not like leave the POI, I mean like leave the game and go sleep or something. So because like I haven't had like a good solid rest like that for like a long time. Should be, I've been up here before in one of my early games, one of my early saves. I remember this being so overgrown I couldn't get through anyway. I had to bring some kind of other vehicle through. Oh, okay, just did the thing for a moment. But yeah, it was nice to get some rest for a change. Because I don't get a huge amount of sleep in summer. I guess I could path back to these and then I could go upwards. Maybe. Because I know there's a couple of houses here and I think they've got chickens, maybe. Although, I did go to a POI that had like chickens and they were very much gone and there were zombies instead, so... What do we got? Because normally there's like a car or something parked out here that blocks the road. I didn't realize it was that early in the morning. Let's go have a look. We should slow down the vehicles at long runs. Dirt roads just become unpassable. Yeah, well that's the thing is I had... my last save went through winter and then the new update to multiplayer obviously broke the save, which I should be crouching. There's shinies in here. What's in here? Oh, it's a torch. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, that's a good thing. I don't super want a trophy. Who the fuck is like idealizing stuff in their barn like this? Random satchel. Oh, fuck yeah, jerry can. I might go put that in the car because I recall those things being heavy. But there's a chicken thing, and there's a chicken. Okay, last time I jumped in here, they attacked me, and I was not very fond of them for it. I think I purposely punted one to death, but I couldn't cook it. I took it for a huge long journey in winter, and I couldn't find anywhere to cook it because I had like no matches and shit. So, yeah, it was a whole thing. But yeah, it got to a point where like all the roads had like shrubbage in them. Like there was no way that you could drive anywhere without there being stuff or broken roads or like it was just like bad. Obviously it got to a point where like I wasn't driving too many cars around. I had like a car or two and they were just not great quality, but I did have a couple where I spent like time doing them up and like I got like a couple of cars in like a really good condition. And then my mechanic girl died again, and I had gotten her up to a point where she could repair engines, so I ended up with like a half a dozen perfect cars, but then my next girl was like a hard of hearing girl, and so I didn't hear all the cars idling, and I didn't know you had to turn them off when you got out of them, so I wasted like 7 cars worth of fuel, and yeah, that was mildly upsetting. But yeah. This time around, I know that you got to turn the cars off. I know how to do like somewhat basic skilling stuff kind of thing to get them. The other thing too is I don't have a lot of like level 1 books, so I can't do a lot. What traits do you have on this character? As long as no chickens attack me for a hot second, I should be okay to look. But this one, because I'm just fully randomizing my person, right? So I randomize it until it gives me a 0, and then that way I'm not adding or removing anything, and I just try to keep randomizing it until I get one that I haven't had too many of the traits, or I haven't had any of the traits before. Like if I've had them before, I want to have had like a bit of time between them, and there's a few traits that it just won't take. So this time we've got Brawler and we've got Unfit, and she got DIY Expert. So I also don't choose a profession or anything. So each time I play, I'm completely experiencing like new traits and experiencing what it's like to play with that combination and stuff. So I have like no agency over this shit. So she's got some strength, which is polarizing to the fact that I had a weak character before. Like, I won't take puny again, but weak wasn't that bad. And you guys were telling me that apparently I could probably have got her like strong, because my thing was that I could just have a look at the Hutch info, honestly. Hold on. I was trying to do a exercise montage thing. I was supposed to be doing that, but I went into town to try to find, you know, a fireplace, and as a direct result of that, I got dead. Because I walked off of Randa with a full inventory as a weak character, and I learnt that apparently they just crumple. So, yeah. Lesson learned. But now I've got this one, and when I first loaded her in, we had a little bit of an issue where she wouldn't automatically drink. Hello. Yeah, she wouldn't automatically drink anything. So I was really worried that she was glitched out. I don't know if you're gonna just come out of this window. Hold on a second.